English is very important in real life. It helps you talk to people from all over the world. Listening to English stories is a fun way to learn. Stories make learning easy and interesting. When you listen, you also learn how to speak fluently and confidently. Now, let's begin a story. Maya stood on the stage, her heart beating fast. Everyone was looking at her. She had a big speech to give in English, but her words felt stuck. She opened her mouth, but only silence came out. People started whispering. Maya felt embarrassed and ran off the stage. Later that night, Maya sat in her room, thinking about what happened. She wanted to cry, but also wanted to change. I need to learn how to speak English better, she told herself. Maya remembered her dream of becoming a tour guide and helping visitors explore her country. To do that, she needed confidence and fluent English. The next morning, Maya decided to start fresh. She went to the market and bought a small English storybook. She thought, if I can understand these stories, I can learn new words and how sentences work. She read slowly at first, repeating the words out loud. It felt silly, but Maya knew practice was important. One day, while reading, Maya found a story about a young boy who wanted to fly. The boy couldn't afford flying lessons, so he made a small kite. He practiced every day until he could control the kite perfectly. Maya realized something: even small steps could lead to big changes. She decided to treat her English practice like flying a kite. Maya started listening to English songs. She loved the rhythm and tried to sing along. It wasn't perfect, but it made her happy. She also watched English cartoons, noticing how the characters spoke. Every day she spoke a few sentences to herself in the mirror. "Hello, how are you today?" she would say. "I am good, thank you." One afternoon, Maya met Mr. Roy, her neighbor. Mr. Roy was an English teacher. When he heard about Maya's goal, he smiled and said, "You can do it, Maya. Start small. Speak without fear. Mistakes are okay, they help you learn. And always remember, confidence is more important than perfection." With Mr. Roy's help, Maya learned something new every day. He taught her tongue twisters like, "She sells seashells by the seashore." They were hard at first, but Maya kept trying. Each time she succeeded, her confidence grew. One day, Maya walked into a coffee shop. A tourist was looking at the menu, confused. Maya felt nervous but decided to help. "Excuse me, can I help you?" she asked in English. The tourist smiled and said, "Yes, thank you." They spoke for a few minutes, and Maya felt proud. For the first time, she realized she could actually communicate in English. Maya remembered another tip from Mr. Roy: speak like you're telling a story. People love stories, and they'll listen if you're confident. She practiced telling small stories about her day. "Today I went to the park. The weather was sunny, and I saw a cute puppy," she would say. Over time, her sentences became smoother. To improve fluency, Maya also started thinking in English. When she saw a tree, she didn't think, "It's a tree in my language." She thought, "It's a tall tree." She named objects around her table, chair, window. This simple habit made a big difference. Months passed, and Maya was ready to try again. her school announced another English speech competition. This time, Maya smiled. She practiced her speech every day, standing in front of her friends. She focused on speaking slowly and clearly. "It's not about being perfect," she told herself. "It's about sharing my thoughts." When the big day arrived, Maya walked onto the stage. She saw the same crowd, but this time she wasn't scared. She began her speech with a smile. Her words flowed like water. People clapped and cheered. Maya realized that confidence wasn't about being perfect, it was about trying. Maya's story teaches us an important lesson. Learning English is like planting a seed. With daily care and practice, it grows into a strong tree. Remember to listen to English stories, watch movies, and practice speaking every day. Speak without fear, and don't be afraid of mistakes. They are your best teachers. Now, think about your own journey. What is your dream? How can English help you? Start today and take small steps like Maya. You will become confident and fluent, one word at a time. Maya's success on stage was just the beginning of her journey. After her speech, many classmates came to her asking Maya, "How did you do it? How did you learn to speak English so well?" Maya smiled and said, "It wasn't magic. I practiced every day, and I never gave up. You can do it too." Maya decided to help her friends improve their English. She started a small group where they could practice together. They called it Speak and Shine. Every evening, they met in the school library. Each person got a chance to speak for 1 minute about anything they liked: a favorite book, a memory, or even a funny joke. At first, they stumbled over words, but with time, everyone became better. Maya also introduced fun games to make learning easy. They played word chain, where one person said a word, and the next person had to say a word starting with the last letter of the previous word. For example, if someone said apple, the next person might say elephant. This game helped them think quickly in English. One day, Maya's group decided to challenge themselves by watching an English movie without subtitles. They chose a simple animated film. At first, it was hard to understand every word, but they paid attention to the expressions and actions of the characters. After the movie, they discussed what they understood. This activity helped them improve their listening skills and taught them that understanding doesn't always mean catching every single word. Maya also encouraged her friends to keep a word diary each day. They wrote down 5 new English words they learned. Next to each word, they wrote a simple sentence using it. For example, if they learned the word excited, they wrote, "I am excited to learn English." Over time, their vocabulary grew, and so did their confidence. One of Maya's favorite tips was to use English in daily life. She told her friends, "When you order food, try saying it in English. When you write a text message, use simple English sentences." Even small efforts help. Her friend Rahul tried this at a bakery. "Can I have a chocolate cake, please?" he said nervously. The baker smiled and replied in English, which made Rahul feel proud. The group also started speaking English during lunch breaks. They made a rule: no one could laugh at mistakes. Instead, they corrected each other kindly. This safe space helped them practice freely without fear of embarrassment. Maya's efforts didn't go unnoticed. Her school principal invited her to speak during an assembly about how she learned English. Standing on the stage, Maya shared her story. "I used to be afraid to speak. I thought people would laugh at my mistakes. But then I realized mistakes are not bad. They are steps to success. The more I spoke, the more confident I became." She ended her speech with advice: listen to English every day. Speak, even if it's just a few words. Practice like you are talking to a friend. And remember, learning is a journey, not a race. After the assembly, Maya's story inspired even more students. Some parents also approached her, asking how they could help their children. Maya gave them simple tips: encourage your kids to read English books aloud, play English rhymes or songs at home, and most importantly, cheer them on when they try. Maya also started a blog where she shared her experiences and tips. She wrote posts like 5 easy ways to learn English and how to speak without fear. Her blog reached people outside her school, and soon she received messages from students across the country thanking her for her advice. One evening, Maya received an email from a famous English learning app. They wanted her to create a video sharing her tips. Maya was nervous but excited. She recorded a video where she shared her journey, her practice methods, and how anyone could learn English with dedication. The video went viral, and people started calling her the Confidence Queen. Maya's journey didn't stop there. She began teaching English workshops in her town, helping people of all ages speak confidently. Her favorite part was seeing shy children stand up and say, "Hello, I am learning English," with a big smile. Her story reminds us that learning English is not just about grammar or big words. It's about believing in yourself, practicing daily, and taking small steps. Whether it's speaking to a friend, watching a movie, or listening to a story, every effort counts. Now, take a moment to think: what small step can you take today? Can you say a sentence in English? Can you watch a short video or read a simple story? Remember, your journey starts now.